Jason Statham is a name synonymous with action and adrenaline. The British-born actor, known for his rugged good looks and intense performances, has carved a niche for himself in Hollywood as one of the most bankable action stars of our time. From his breakout role in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels to his iconic portrayal of the relentless mercenary in the Transporter series, Statham has captivated audiences with his charisma and on-screen presence. Jason Statham was born in Shirebrook, Derbyshire, to Eileen Yates, a dancer, and Barry Statham, a street merchant and lounge singer. He was a diver on the British national diving team and finished 12th in the World Championships in 1992. He has also been a fashion model, black market salesman, and finally, of course, actor. He received the audition for his debut role as Bacon in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, 1998, through French Connection, for whom he was modeling. They became a major investor in the film and introduced Jason to Guy Ritchie, who invited him to audition for a part in the film by challenging him to impersonate an illegal street vendor and convince him to purchase fake jewelry. Statham began practicing Chinese martial arts, kickboxing, and karate recreationally in his youth while working at local market stalls. An avid footballer and diver, he was a member of Britain's national diving team and competed for England in the 1990 Commonwealth Games. Shortly after, he was asked to model for French Connection, Tommy Hilfiger, and Levi's in various advertising campaigns. His past history working at market stalls inspired his casting in the Guy Ritchie crime films Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, 1998, and Snatch, 2000. The commercial success of these films led Statham to star as Frank Martin in the Transporter trilogy, 2002 to 2008. After starring in a variety of heist and action thriller films such as The Italian Job, 2003, Crank, 2006, War, 2007, The Bank Job, 2008, The Mechanic, 2011, Spy, 2015, and Mechanic, Resurrection, 2016, he established himself as a Hollywood leading man. However, he has also starred in commercially and critically unsuccessful films such as Revolver, 2005, Chaos, 2005, In the Name of the King, 2007, 13, 2010, Blitz, 2011, Killer Elite, 2011, Hummingbird, 2013, and Wildcard, 2015. He regained commercial success as a part of the ensemble action series The Expendables, 2010 to 2014, and the Fast and Furious franchise, playing Deckard Shaw in several films, including the spin-off Hobbs and Shaw, 2019. He has a net worth of $90 million. Early life. His father also worked odd jobs as a house painter, coal miner, and singer in the Canary Islands. Statham moved to Great Yarmouth, Norfolk, where he initially chose not to follow his father's career working the local market stalls, instead practicing martial arts. He grew up with football player Vinnie Jones, alongside whom he would later act. Jones introduced him to football, and Statham went on to play for the local grammar school, 1978 to 1983, which he had attended since age 11, a passion that he shared with diving. He practiced daily in perfecting his diving techniques and was a member of Britain's national swimming squad for 12 years. He competed for England at the 1990 Commonwealth Games in the 10-meter, 3-meter, and 1-meter competitions. He said in a 2003 interview with IGN that his time with the national squad was a great experience and one that teaches you discipline, focus, and certainly keeps you out of trouble. Statham's life in the media began when he was spotted by the agency Sports Promotions, specializing in sports modeling, while he was training at London's Crystal Palace National Sports Centre. He was also signed by Tommy Hilfiger, Griffin, and Levi's for various modeling contracts during their 1996 spring-summer collections. In 1997, he became a model for the clothing brand French Connection. A spokesperson for the high street clothing chain said, "We chose Jason because we wanted our model to look like a normal guy. His look is just right for now, very masculine and not too male model-y." However, he was still forced to follow in his father's footsteps as a street seller to make ends meet, stating that he sold fake perfume and jewelry on street corners. He made small appearances in a few music videos, including Comin' On by The Shaman in 1993, Run to the Sun by Erasure in 1994, and Dream a Little Dream of Me by The Beautiful South in 1995. Personal life. Statham has been in a relationship with model Rosie Huntington-Whiteley since 2010. The couple announced their engagement in January 2016. Their son was born in June 2017. Their daughter was born on February 2, 2022. They reside in Beverly Hills, California. Statham enjoys wakeboarding, jet skiing, windsurfing, and rock climbing. While filming on location in Varna, Bulgaria, for The Expendables 3, he drove a truck off the road into the Black Sea due to malfunctioning brakes. In a 2013 interview with Vanity Fair, he advocated for stunt performers to be given their own Academy Award category. All of the stunt men. These are the unsung heroes. They really are. Nobody is giving them any credibility. They're risking their necks. And then you've got Ponzi actors pretending like they're doing the stunts. In 2014, Statham was inducted into the International Sports Hall of Fame. Career. While working as a model for French Connection, he was introduced to fledgling British director Guy Ritchie, who was developing a film project and needed to fill the role of a streetwise con artist. After UK £5,000, Statham's second collaboration with Ritchie came in the 2000 film Snatch. Playing the role learning about Statham's past as a black market salesman, Ritchie cast him to play the role of Bacon in his 1998 crime comedy thriller Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. The movie was well received by both critics and audiences and helped put Statham in the public eye. For his role in the film, he was paid of Turkish. Cast alongside popular actors Brad Pitt, Dennis Farina, and Benicio del Toro, the movie earned more than $80 million in box office revenue. For his role in Snatch, he was paid UK £15,000, 3 times the amount of his first film. Statham was able to break into Hollywood and appeared in 2 movies in 2001. The science fiction action horror film Ghosts of Mars and the science fiction martial arts action film The One. Statham was offered more film roles, and in 2002 he was cast as the lead role of driver Frank Martin in the action movie The Transporter, written by Luc Besson. He has studied Wing Chun, karate, and kickboxing. The film spawned 2 sequels, Transporter 2, 2005, and Transporter 3, 2008. He also played supporting roles in Mean Machine, 2002, The Italian Job, 2003, and Cellular, 2004, in which he played the lead villain. In his first film of 2011, Statham starred in the remake of the 1972 Charles Bronson film The Mechanic as Arthur Bishop. A theatrical trailer depicting Statham's character shooting a man's head off was banned from circulation by the Advertising Standards Authority for showing excessive violence. His role in The Mechanic was positively reviewed by the critics both in the United States and the United Kingdom. The Guardian praised his performance as possessing a now customary efficiency in attaining an entertaining hitman thriller. The New York Times noted Statham as sleek as a bullet, and the film a more powerful recharge of the original. UK newspaper The Daily Telegraph hailed Statham as England's best export to action movies in just about forever, a businesslike brute with gentlemanly soul. He returned to British film by starring in the police drama Blitz as Detective Sergeant Tom Brandt. The film received mixed reviews, with Kath Clake of The Guardian reviewing it as not half bad and oddly entertaining. He was then cast in the action film Killer Elite. The film was based on real events, which were the subject of Sir Ranulph Fiennes' novel The Feather Men. Statham played an assassin named Danny who comes out of retirement to save an old friend, played by Robert De Niro. The film grossed returned a negative budget and was panned by the critics.